Barry Nalebuff, Split the Pie, a radical new way to negotiate. Welcome to the exciting world of negotiation through the lens of the negotiation pie. In Split the Pie, a radical new way to negotiate, author Barry Nalebuff offers a different approach to negotiate in such a way that everyone leaves satisfied. In this summary, you'll explore the core principles of the negotiation pie, learn how it can benefit all parties involved, and discover its practical application in real-life scenarios. Leave behind the traditional notions of power and fairness, and become a master negotiator with insightful strategies, tactics, and techniques.
The negotiation pie technique. Negotiating isn't about the whole pizza, it's about the negotiation pie. The negotiation pie technique equals power and fairness, leading to success. The fallback options and splitting the negotiation pie fairly are the keys to win-win outcomes in any negotiation. The negotiation pie approach is a simple yet effective way of achieving a win-win result. Many people often lack the necessary skills needed to negotiate effectively, which costs them better opportunities in life. The negotiation pie technique is the key to success. For example, imagine Alice and Bob are negotiating the splitting of a 12-slice pizza at their favorite pizzeria. The waiter offers it for free if they can agree on how to split it, otherwise, they both get half, but unevenly split. The negotiation pie technique requires them to focus on achieving a successful deal that would grant them the additional 6 slices only available with an agreement. Several approaches to splitting the pizza are available, including the power and fairness perspectives. The power perspective reflects the ratio of fallback options, which results in Alice getting 8 slices and Bob 4 slices. With the fairness perspective, both parties get an equal split of 6 slices each. However, these perspectives ignore the fact that the negotiation is only about the additional 6 slices, not the whole pizza. The negotiation pie approach requires Alice and Bob to realize that they have equal power in achieving the additional 6 slices, making them both equally needed. This means both parties lose if they don't reach a deal. This realization eliminates the idea of a fair or powerful approach, reflecting the negotiation as a mutually beneficial opportunity. The fallback options are crucial to successfully splitting the negotiation pie. Alice has a fallback option of 4 slices and gains 3 slices from the negotiation pie, allowing her a total of 7 slices. Bob has a fallback option of 2 slices and gains 3 more slices from the negotiation pie, netting him 5 slices. When the negotiation pie technique is utilized, both parties win without feeling cheated, which results in successful agreements. In conclusion, the negotiation pie technique is the key to successful negotiation. Rather than focusing on the whole pizza, parties should focus on achieving the negotiation pie. The fallback options play a vital role in splitting the negotiation pie fairly, leading to mutually beneficial outcomes. By adhering to the negotiation pie approach, both negotiating parties leave satisfied with more than what they came in with. Winning negotiations with the pie approach. Learn how to apply the negotiation pie theory by creating an effective game plan that fosters a constructive environment for both parties. Convincing your negotiation partner of the logic behind the negotiation pie might be challenging, but with an action plan, it is doable. Negotiations can be tricky, especially if the other party comes with a rigid plan of projecting an aggressive stance, playing hardball, and naming their price right away. However, with the negotiation pie approach in hand, you can craft and execute an action plan that not only nurtures a conducive negotiating environment but also fosters a win-win situation. One crucial aspect of your action plan should involve figuring out where the other party is coming from and their expectations. Their negotiation approach might be influenced by preconceived notions of power imbalances or a 50-50th split expectancy. Suppose your negotiation partner has no knowledge of the negotiation pie's theory. In that case, your priority would be to convince them that creating the biggest pie possible and splitting it evenly aligns with your goals. Explaining the benefits of the negotiation pie approach can be challenging, especially when your negotiation partner views themselves as having an advantage from the beginning. Alice and Bob's investment decision is an excellent illustration of the negotiation pie's logic in action. Bob proposed a proportional split of their total interest based on their respective investments, but Alice was unhappy with this proposal. Alice then painted a scenario where the interest rate would remain constant at 2%, the same rate that Bob would have received if he invested alone. With a proportional split, Bob wouldn't receive any additional earnings, while Alice would double her investment return. Alice suggests that they split the combined 2% return evenly, resulting in both parties earning slightly more than their initial investments. Alice's strategy was to reframe the numbers to convince Bob of the error of his ways, rather than explaining why the proportional split would be unfair to her. This approach helped Bob see the pie's logic and convinced him to accept Alice's suggestion. The secret to Alice's strategy was to get Bob to stay in his shoes while realizing how uncomfortable they were. In conclusion, executing the negotiation pie approach requires an effective action plan that factors in the other party's expectations and convinces them of the logic behind the approach. Convincing the other party might be challenging, but with the right approach, it's doable. Negotiating with bullies. Negotiating with bullies can be a daunting task, especially when they refuse to budge from their demands. However, it is essential to avoid fighting fire with fire and instead try to de-escalate the situation by employing techniques that help them see the merits of working together. Using hypotheticals to test the waters can often unmask the human being behind the bullish exterior, thus increasing the chances of finding common ground. Empathy and understanding are also crucial in finding a way to add something extra to the deal without meeting their ultimatum. Through clever negotiation tactics, it's possible to find a win-win situation that benefits both parties.
With the help of the negotiation pie concept, Barry Nalebuff introduces a constructive and assertive way to approach negotiations. The principles highlighted in A Split the Pie teach us that equitable deals require shared understanding, empathy, and adopting a collaborative mindset. By implementing these principles, we can ensure win-win situations in all negotiation scenarios, whether it is in our professional or personal lives. This way, we can foster relationships built on mutual trust and understanding rather than focusing on one's gains. So, go ahead and embrace the negotiation pie and transform the way you engage with others.